was thinking about the better days. My youth so happy, my hair so nappy, had an afro.
Hey, what is going on, people? Welcome to Arsenal versus Liverpool preview, and I'm joined by Neil. Neil, Liverpool fan, how are you, bro? How is everything, and how are you getting on?
I'll let you know after tomorrow, mate.
There's a lot to discuss, guys. Listen, we're going to get straight into it.
Let me just say happy New Year to you, and happy New Year to anyone who's watching right now. Hope you all had a great Christmas.
Yeah, big time, big time. Michael says he's just said City was given a penalty, and Michael's also gone for 4-0 Arsenal. 18's gone for 3-0 Arsenal. Alfie, big up to you. Brighton just hit the post. No, bro. Seriously. No. I think Brighton have scored. Oh my God, Brighton have scored.
Have they scored?
Yeah, Brighton have scored. Can anyone double check that in the chat for me? Someone's just messaged me and said that Brighton has scored. I think it's Matoma.
Matoma scored. He's already scored. It was 1-1.
Oh.
It was 1-1. I'm just trying to get into it now.
Mad, bro, mad. Yeah. Someone just confirm, because it was 1-0 when I was watching it.
Right. It was it's 1-0. The last time I checked, it was 1-0, and Matoma had scored.
Excellent. Yeah, Alfie's saying it's 1-0, and they hit the post. They could have been 2-1 up. So yeah, man. Shout out to Brighton. City just buckling, man. But listen, guys, we're here to talk about Arsenal, and we're here to talk about Liverpool. We're also here to keep an eye on what's going on with Man City. So Neil,
and United are losing 1-0 to Burnley.
What the hell?
Yeah, listen, I've got Sky TV here now, and I can flick through the channels. So
United losing to Burnley.
It was a deflected
Chelsea
goal.
Losing to Fulham. Okay, guys,
Chelsea losing as well.
Okay, so Bournemouth beating Tottenham 2-1. Brentford
Chelsea are down to 10 men, by the way.
That is a shock result. If anybody was thinking that Brentford was not for real, they're for real. They're beating Sunderland 3-0. Palace, Aston Villa 0-0. Everton 1. Wolves 1. Wolves are battling now, man.
Chelsea are down to 10 men, by the way.
They're down to 10 men. They're going to lose that then. Fulham 1-0 up against Chelsea. 1-1 Man City, Brighton. 1-0 Burnley over Man United. Boy, them man are going to be crying today. And Leeds beating Newcastle away. What is going on tonight, bro? Hey, you know what, Neil? If the results stay like this, then we're looking at an upset at the Emirates Stadium. What are you saying?
You're right, man. You're right.
Shout out to Alfie. Shout out to Andrew, who's just joined us. So Neil, let's start this off. Again, we do the normal, how's your team going? And then we'll go into the form players. We go into the injuries, and then we'll have a look at who your starting 11 is, and then we'll get your prediction. So let's talk about Liverpool. Now, you have to understand, everybody who's thinking that this game's going to be a rollover Arsenal, that Liverpool have actually gone 9 games in all competitions unbeaten. I think there's been disappointing draws at Sunderland, Leeds. I think it's twice against Leeds they've drawn, and Fulham as well. But Neil, in terms of current form, are you happy with where you are? Can you see improvements? And how does all the destabilization play into it?
To be honest, I'm happy where they are at the moment, because when you look at the amount of that was it 7-game loss that we went on, and then to kind of turn it around, I'm happy with that. But we're still making stupid defensive mistakes. We're always scoring goals. Most of the games we're scoring a goal, but we're also conceding stupid goals as well. And that doesn't look like it's going to stop. For now, it doesn't look like it's going to stop. I can't believe some of the goals that we've conceded. You kind of think.
So the question is why are you conceding them? Because I remember they tried to blame Konate at the beginning of the season.
No, Konate and VVD have both been at fault for most of them. But at the same time, what you got to look at Slot's setup. Yeah, Slot Slot, to be honest, I don't know what Slot is doing. I mean, I'm not here to kind of beat him up and say one of these people say, "Oh, get rid of him because he doesn't know what he's doing." This is a transitional position.
Yeah.
Season, I should say, not position, season. We brought players in. We've got rid of a few players, had a couple of injuries. So, as I say to you all the time, whenever we bring in players, I make up my decision, unless they're really, really poor, at the end of the season. So this season, to be honest, I didn't expect them to win it. I hoped for top four. The way our form's going at the moment, top four is it, and I'd be happy with that, to be honest, the top four. But yeah, I mean, we've got players that are making mistakes. If City get Gahey, then we're in big trouble, because we need a central central defender who's going to take over from Konate or VVD, because right now both of them are not playing that great.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Is that what?
Is that you? Is somebody else?
No, that's Tony. Tony. I think Tony's going to join us. I think Tony's going to join us.
I'm here, guys, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, bro. How are you, Tony?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks. Good to see you, Neil.
Good to see you too. Well, I can't see your face, mate. So
yeah,
I can't
Tony's
see
probably in the shower. He's probably in the bath. How you doing, Tony?
I'm good, pal. I'm good. I'm very excited about the game tomorrow.
Excellent.
All Arsenal fans are. Liverpool fans are not, but we'll see.
Well, I think this is one.
Go on, Tony.
You're breaking up, mate.
Oh, I remember Tony saying something about his Wi-Fi in the house or something.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that might be the reason why he's turned off the camera, because obviously it takes a little bit more.
More bandwidth.
Yeah. So let's see if Tony will come back to us. Andrew's saying it's Konate now. Can he? Oh, well, no, he was getting blamed at the beginning, but I mean, Neil was going into the fact that it's probably an overall team type of thing. Because do you remember, Neil, when I said to you, I was watching a game with Liverpool, and Salah wasn't coming back and defending, so they were getting blown up on the counter attack.
No matter what position you bring up, there are problems.
Yeah.
As I said, transitional season. Slot hasn't got the team he wants playing the way he wants. I mean, even if you look at the last game, he's played Bradley and he's played Frimpong. Frimpong's been out injured quite a lot as well. So he was a man that was supposed to be playing in that right back position. Yeah. Which I kind of felt sorry for Bradley, because Bradley deserved it rather than the man coming in and taking that position. And now when you look at it, Frimpong's been doing so well on that right hand side, running up the wing. Slot's now decided to say, look, you can still do that in games, but we're going to put you in midfield and we're going to have a tighter defense with keeping somebody back. Because when you look at VVD and you look at Konate, they're not doing it. They're just not doing it, and they need cover. And they're not getting cover from Frimpong because he's halfway up the pitch. When you bring on Kirkes, he's terrible. Yeah, always.
Camp says, Neil, he spent $500 million. Now, how has he not got the team he wants? Well, think of it this way.
Okay. Let me answer that. Firstly, he didn't spend $500 million. Yeah, right. Slot did not spend that money.
Who did?
Yeah. Richard, what's his name? He's our sporting director.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like Andre Berta. Yeah, Berta's the man spending the money, not Arteta.
Doesn't bring in players, right? Slot might get asked, what do you think of this player? What do you think of this player? But he doesn't bring the players in. Yeah, that's Rich. Is it Richard Master? I can't remember his name now. Our sporting director. He's just going out there buying players left, right, and centre.
And then has the Van Dijk now burst? Has that bubble now burst? It probably has, to be honest.
Do you know what, right? VVD is, I wouldn't say it's burst. I just think he needs a rest. Yeah, he needs a proper rest. Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's no
mean
one who,
that's got to impact him in a huge way because he's playing every game,
yeah.
every minute. I mean, you look at Arsenal. That Saliba gets a break. Sometimes Gabriel's just had an injury, so he's had a break. Van Dijk has been like a robot. He's just going on and on and on.
Him, Canate, and we had I can't remember his name. We had that young guy who came in, the one who injured himself. Was he taking a throw in? And he's out for like 3 or 4 months now. So he was supposed to be one of our replacement central midfielders. I keep saying central midfielder, centre backs. Yeah, where Slot can rotate that system. He can't. If you look at, he can't rotate the system, and he's bringing in people like our best player has been Szoboszlai, and Jones, and they've been playing right back when we haven't had a right back.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying because we've had Declan Rice. We've had Declan Rice playing at right back, but we've had 17 injuries, isn't it? It's so I totally get it, and
we haven't had that many injuries. But the problem is we haven't got. We've just about got one squad. We haven't got 2 full proper squads. We've got one squad, and as soon as the players either, I won't say injury, but if they lose form. Look at it this way. Who, apart from the midfielders, when you look at defense, who's challenging those particular players in those positions, and the same up front as well? Who's challenging those players in those positions?
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, that's why Salah is going on running his mouth. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Salah, but he should have kept his mouth shut.
Yeah.
He's
going to be coming back soon. But he's gonna be walking back into the same problems that he had when he left.
He's gonna walk straight back into the team as well. There's nobody challenging him.
So what's the situation in terms of injuries? So what's going on with obviously Alexander Isak? What's going on with Ekitike? What's going on with Florian Wirtz? What's going on with those guys?
What can I say? Injured man. I mean, Ekitike, I think he's travelled with the team. There was mention that he's travelled with the team, but he definitely won't start. He may get a few minutes in the game, but he's not going to start. And if Slot can hold him off, he'll hold him off. He won't play in that game.
Yeah. Andrew's got a good question here. Andrew's saying, did Liverpool overachieve last season?
No, they didn't overachieve last season. Last season, you got to look at that was Klopp's team. Yeah, that was Klopp's team. Slot just managed to give them the extra oomph and the encouragement to do a lot more, but I don't think they overachieved. I don't think they did. The fact that, and plus you've also got to look at that. Last season, City dropped away, and so did Arsenal. Yeah, we were the only ones left, so we didn't overachieve. Yeah, we were trying to win it anyway, just like Arsenal were trying to win it last season, just the same way City were trying to win it. It just worked out for us.
Yeah, because we went half a season without a striker. I don't know how we handled that.
And then when you look at us this season now, as I said, we've had so many changes and we've had so many new players in. Out of all the players that have come in, Isak and Kerkez are the only ones with Premier League experience, proper Premier League experience for the past few seasons. Yeah, right. Isak has been poor. Right, and so has Kerkez. So how can you expect Wirtz or Frimpong or Ekitike realistically to do better than those two who know the Premier League? Yeah, Ekitike has been our striker for the season,
and he's been a good striker as well. Yeah. He's been a good striker. Out of all the players like Sesko, Gyökeres, Delap, Pedro, you name them. Out of all the players that have come over on high wages, on big transfer fees, he's the only one that switched it on, including Isak. He's the only one that switched it on.
And the thing with Ekitike is, right, in my view, he's better than Isak.
Really?
Yeah, he's better than Isak. Isak's done well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not slating Isak, right? But Isak isn't doing it where he needs to be doing it this season. Yeah,
every year he gets injured. I mean, last season was the only season that he scathed on injuries. Before that, every single the man suits up for half the season, and it's always been the case. That's
Yeah,
why I
exactly.
was a bit iffy on the transfer fee. I was like, should Arsenal go in for him? And I was
I mean, the
always
thing
like,
that I think what you need to consider is when you look at a player like Isak, you've got to say, does he fit my system? If so, can that work? If it doesn't fit my system, can I adjust my system? And I think Arsenal are as guilty as Liverpool in the same scenario with Gyökeres. We've got a player who did a great job at his previous club, albeit in a much lesser league. But obviously, I don't think there was a suitability to the system. And I think Liverpool are suffering the same way with Isak just not being suitable to Liverpool's system, especially based on how it was designed by Klopp.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, that what you got to look at is because I agree with what you're saying, right? That's the problem when you have a sporting director just going out and buying players. Yeah, he hasn't got that. He hasn't got that managerial or coaching mindset. Yeah, he's assuming that Slot will be able to work with him. Yeah, he's done well. Isak did well last season. Slot will be able to work with him. Yeah, but I kind of question: did they actually sit down and actually speak about these players? Because it's clearly not working.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It's
clearly
just.
not working.
It's like just putting square pegs into round holes. It's just
Exactly.
like.
I mean, Isak will. I think Isak will come good, but not this season.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying that Ekitike is better, because he's already coming good. From the first game, he started to come good. Yeah, where you would expect Isak should be the one, and Ekitike would be struggling because he's coming into the Prem, and we all know the Prem is one of the hardest leagues to play in, especially when you're coming from abroad. Yeah, especially when you're going against defenders, big defenders that are taking you out. Yeah, in some leagues they allow you to get the ball, dance with it, and look good. Yeah, that doesn't happen in the Prem. They will clatter you. They will brock your leg. Yeah.
So just a quick update, guys. Fulham's taken the lead over Chelsea again, 2-1. So Chelsea was coming back into that game, but they're now down again. It's the 90th minute in Manchester City and Brighton, and it's still 1-1. And that's pretty much it. I did see somebody saying Spurs have equalised. It's now 2-2 Spurs Bournemouth. So
United have just come back out, so they're still trading 1-0.
Excellent. So in regards to Arsenal, for me, look, it's a 20-year wait for the title. We're in the driving seat, and I think having the most injuries out of any team in the league right now, Arteta's only missing 3 major players. I would probably say it's Max Dowman, Mosquera, and Ricardo Calaforian. Calaforian's a strange one because I have no idea. His injury is unspecified. I'm not sure I've heard that before. But
injury is that?
Yeah, so that's a strange one. I did get some questions about Kai Havertz, but he was omitted from the Bournemouth squad because of load management reasons. They gave him too much to do the day before in training, and he just wasn't there yet as far as a fitness perspective. So we might even see him again back in the squad. But I think, guys, it's important to understand that a lot of people also saying, why isn't Miles Lewis-Skelly playing at left back? Hincapié is just done such a good job now, solid at left back, and Hincapié is just a choice at left back before Miles Lewis-Skelly. I can't answer the questions of why Miles Lewis-Skelly went from a player last year who could not be dribbled past, until obviously we played Doku, and Doku just made them look crazy, to the point where he's now dropped behind the third string. He looks like a completely different player this season. I don't know if it's confidence, but when I've seen him play, definitely doesn't look like the same player. So I totally get it. It's a little bit like we were all saying he should start this season. And when we saw Calafori, it was like, okay, maybe Lewis-Skelly shouldn't start. It's one of those things. But we've only lost twice.
I think it's fair to say, Apollo, that with Miles, he's probably not feeling on top of the world in terms of seeing his minutes diminished as much as they have been. In the same way that probably Ethan Nwaneri is thinking, look, I've had the minutes ripped away from me. And that's the price you pay when you have as good and exhaustive a squad that Arsenal have right now. You know, with all that cover in all the various positions, it is going to be difficult for players to come in and be part of that first 11, first 15, 16 players, which is why I don't think we'll see Arsenal doing anything in the transfer window this January, because quite simply anybody coming in is going to be a third, fourth or even fifth string in a squad that already is challenging for
Agreed.
honour across the board.
Agreed. You're just buying someone to essentially pay them 200,000 a week, and then just putting them on the bench for the whole season. That's basically what you're doing, because if you can't even get Wanyeri, look, even Eza has been on the bench for 4 games and not even had a single minute. So how are you going to go and buy someone else and then try and fit them into the team? It just doesn't work. So I'm completely 100% good that Arsenal are doing nothing in the transfer market. Wait till the summer, see who wants to go. You know, take the Chelsea approach and say, if you don't want to be here, tell me now. And tell me early so that I can get a contingency plan to move you out and bring someone. That's what they did with Madueke. It was a mistake because
but we know
I thought he was their best player.
Yeah, but Chelsea is a different monster. Yeah, all they're doing is they're churning over players for profit. Yeah, they're not really.
Yeah, we know that. But what I'm saying, Neil, is the manager openly said to all the players, if you don't want to be a part of this, you better tell me now. And Madueke said, I'm from North London. I want to go home. So they let him go. As long as the money's there, where you can say, okay, that's a done deal. But I thought he was their best player last season.
Yeah,
but I think Arteta should take that approach. Arteta should open up to these guys and say, look, guys, we're on a journey. If you don't want to be here, let me know so that I can switch you out. That's what I'm saying, Neil. Yeah. That way, it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah, because we've got so many players out there that we can go and get and play on the wing. You know, you don't have to stick with the same players that you got now. So I think Arteta should take that approach. But
Neil, can I ask Neil a question?
Yeah.
Neil, what's your thoughts on Mark Gahey? Because you mentioned about Van Dijk playing a lot of minutes, and obviously, to me, you know, Mark Gahey walks into the Liverpool back four.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he walks in easy. I mean, you look at it. He's in my this season, he's been better than both Konate and VVD. Yeah, so Slot's conundrum would be which one of those two does he drop? Because he's going to drop one of them. Yeah, and for me, right now, I'd say drop VVD.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
He's making more mistakes than Konate, so you have to take the better of the two players on form. Yeah, VVD's the captain, but you look at what he's doing. He's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on in his mind, what he's thinking, but you can see in a lot of games he looks lost. Yeah, and Slot is not helping him by playing him. Yeah, the man needs a rest. He needs to come away from that team for a game or two. Yeah, but there's no one to put in that place.
Cam is saying Liverpool is a side that we cannot keep a clean sheet against. Do you know that we, in the last 20 Premier League games, that would be 10 years, wouldn't it? We've not kept a clean sheet against Liverpool. Has it been that? Yes, the 2-0 win at Anfield. Yes, I remember when, was it Podolski and Cazorla scored? Was that the last time that we had a clean sheet against Liverpool? What is going on?
It's just the way it is. I mean, we've had good players who can score goals, but this season that's dried up. If, as I said, if Ekitike isn't playing tomorrow or doesn't get any time on, you lot will probably have a clean sheet tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Tony's just updated us with Bournemouth have just gone ahead. Man City have played 98 minutes now in the Etihad. So the referee's given them 8 minutes to win the game.
Is that Fergie time? They've been given Fergie time.
The ref has given them 8 minutes to win the game, and it's still 1-1. What is going on? If anyone's watching that game, could you let me know what's going on? Because that's pure madness going on in that game.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Sesko's just scored for United.
Oh, that's early doors though. It's only 15 minutes gone, isn't it?
51 minutes are gone.
Yeah. So that's early doors in there. Everybody keep an eye on the Man City Brighton game and let me know when it's over. So Neil, I was saying, as far as on our side, we're pretty much starting to get. I said before in the new year, we're going to start to see Arsenal getting their fitness back of what's been a horrible season of injuries. And so, with all that's happened at the back end of last year, I've been saying, Neil, to everybody, and you've heard me in the chat with Drew. I've said you haven't even seen Arsenal at their best this season because they've not had potentially a fit squad to work from. They've been filling holes, especially in the defense. They've been filling holes like crazy.
You can say that about all the top teams at this moment in time.
Yeah, but all the top teams are not leading.
Who's played well? So City haven't been playing well.
That's what I'm saying, Neil. All the top teams are not leading the table. Arsenal are leading the table. Yeah. So Crystal Palace. Oh, full time. Is that Palace?
So Villa's dropped points.
Oh, Villa's dropped points as well. What is going on? And it's Man City full time. So Man City and Aston Villa have both dropped points. What is going on here tonight?
Go. Shoot. Oh, sorry. Burnley. I'm watching the Man United Burnley game.
What's going on? Hey, Neil, this game is going to have more of an importance than you could ever imagine, man. Look, Liverpool are not short on attackers or morale, I think, because they've always scored against us. But the thing is, Arsenal continue to be unbeaten at home this season. Our home record is ridiculous. And I think Saka has scored in the last 3 games against Liverpool. No Arsenal player has ever scored in 4 games in a row. So it would be nice if Saka can score tomorrow. So on your side, you've got what's happening with Giovanni, Lonnie? What's happening with Endo?
So Leone, he's the one that I was trying to remember the name of. He's the one who got injured. He was out at the time he got injured. He was out for, they said, at least 3 months. There's still no mention on when he's actually going to actually come back. He's just because he's so young. You have to take your time because once you get him back in, you can't stress him too much in the beginning until he gets full fitness.
Yeah, James has just bigged up the whole chat room now saying, can we go 9 points clear tomorrow? If we win, come on, get in there, you gunners. I think we can. Honestly, I've gone for a 3-1 or 3-2 Arsenal win. I think Liverpool.
I've actually gone 2-1.
The thing about Liverpool is, guys, I want to make it official now. We're here today with Neil. Me, Tony, and Neil went to the same school. We were in the same year. We've known each other for.
Don't say. It's too long. Just say, too long.
Hold on. 46 years we've known each other for.
Oh, what did you have to say, man?
And I want to make it official now, guys, that I told Neil Cody Gakpo was the truth, and he's been holding it back for a year. I'm going to open up the floor now to you, Neil, and let me hear it. Let me hear it, Neil.
Right. So, yes, Cody Gakpo is one of our potential strikers who are going to score loads and loads of goals, but I don't see it happening this season. Yeah. And the only reason why I say that is because he's lost form as well. They've all lost form. You know, I can't think of, as I said, apart from Szoboszlai and Ekitike, they're the only ones that have kind of kept their fitness and they've played well. Yeah, well, I shouldn't say Ekitike because he got injured in the last game, but so Gakpo, we're hoping he does well. We need him. We need Salah. We need Ekitike definitely. Isak, he'll be out for a little while, so we can't even bring his name up anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling you, and Tony can attest to that because all Tony's heard me say over the years is we should buy Gakpo. We should buy Gakpo. I rate him. I remember when we played PSV, he was the captain, and they took us down 4-0, and he was everywhere. We could not hold this guy back. When I saw that performance, I was like, this guy's Premier League bound. We should make a play for him. And then you guys got him for 39 million.
Yeah, do you know? He'd probably be better. To be honest, it's easier for him to get into our team than yours, but I think he's more suited to your team than ours. To be honest. Yeah,
Yeah. You might be right.
The way we play at the moment. I mean, Slot he's not even going for the low block. He's going for the mid block now. Yeah, and it's just I don't know. I need to give Slot. I'm one of the few people that say, look, you can't be sacking the manager, because I don't agree with what Chelsea did with Maresca. I don't agree with what United did with what's his name, Amarin.
Yeah.
You can't. All right. The managers have the plan.
Well,
right?
Amarin deserves it. I mean, let's be honest. You can't lose to Spurs. That is a sackable offence as far as I'm concerned. Cup final to a team that don't never win nothing. Come on.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you got to look at, right, is that Amarin inherited the team, right? He's had no real say on the players coming in and going out. He's clearly been in the minds of some of the every player that's left on loan or gone to another team, they're all doing better. Even Rashford.
Yeah, I mean, the Rashford thing is the one that gets him the sack, because let's be honest,
baffling.
how can you not have been able to utilize a player of that quality?
He's tearing it up for Barcelona now.
Yeah, but the thing is, we need to remember is that we're not there on the training field with these guys. We're not there when they're having conversations, so we don't even know if they got on or not.
Actually, I did talk to one of my cousins who works at Old Trafford.
Okay.
And the inside word from there was that he checked out. He didn't want to be there. Barcelona
Why is that though? Is that because of Barcelona or because he didn't get on?
Both. He just fell out of love with the club. He just wanted to go.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's something going on at Old Trafford in terms of the vibe, the atmosphere.
Yeah, the fans were booing him anyway.
Look at Anthony. Anthony left there and looked like an £80 million player.
Yeah. And what's his name? What's his name that's gone to Chelsea? He's looking better now as well.
Garnacho. Yeah, he's a player. He is.
I'm saying every player that has left is now looking so much better now they're at United, not at United.
Yeah, the question from Andrew was, who was the joker? Do you know what? I think that me, Tony, and Neil were all jokers. Who was the nerd? That would definitely be me. I don't know. Ashley, you guys read comics as well when you were at school, didn't you?
Yeah, I read comics.
We all were nerdy. We all had our nerdy side, didn't we?
And we were definitely all naughty.
You're not a nerd, man.
You know what? I was definitely naughty. I think
Neil was officially one of the three. What were you? The three. What was the name, Neil?
What you mean? A good number of years ago.
Yeah, you were known as one of the three. There you go. Yeah, officially.
Yeah, one of the three musketeers. Yeah.
Yeah, for man's gonna say three wise men. I wouldn't put him in the
I was gonna say Tony must be drinking something, boy, if he says wise.
Listen, Andrew,
pass some of that over to me, man.
Andrew, I think all three of us was a little bit of everything over there, mate. I think that we were. Hard to define where it is. Yeah. So Neil, bottom line is we've gone through injuries, we've gone through form. For you, I want to basically find out what is going to be the team. Let me actually go to Tony. Tony, let me show you the Arsenal team. Is that what you can see tomorrow going out there on the field, Tony?
Pretty much, yeah. I would say that's pretty much nailed on to be the team for tomorrow, which I'm very happy with. This team, I think every week they play together, they're becoming more and more accustomed to knowing, what each other does well and being able to integrate. They're all on form at the moment, so they're all doing well in their respective positions. I expect this to be a difficult game, but a game that's certainly winnable with that 11.
And Neil, over to you.
We've got a strong bench as well, so there's more than enough.
Neil, over to you. Is this the team that you're looking at for tomorrow, or what changes would you make?
Right. Okay. So Alisson's is a given. Bradley, yes. Canate, VVD. I'd say Robertson instead of Kirkes. We need that. Robertson's a much better defender, and he actually looks better going forward sometimes as well. I'm not sure about the midfield. I'm not sure who's going to drop. Gravenberch is our number 6 anyway.
Oh, Man United's winning.
Oh, sugar! Every time, yeah. No, I've got the game on as well. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
And Newcastle have levelled as well. Go on.
So the one thing that I've got to say now is I've got to look at the last game, right? And what Slot did is he played both Bradley and Frimpong. Yeah. So as I said, that midfield, I would drop Jones and put Frimpong in there. But yeah, apart from that, it looks okay. It looks okay. But as I said, I don't know what Slot is thinking right now.
Excellent. And someone's just answered. 18 said, Apollo, answer the question, why would Arsenal win the league? Well look, I've always looked at it differently. You've watched Nightcap, you've heard me when I've been online with Gary and Tony and the guys, and I've always not really made it about Arsenal. I've kind of made it about everyone else. I've gone in and I've said, are Liverpool and City good enough to win the league at this point? That's how I justify Arsenal winning the league this season, by saying the other teams are not good enough to beat us for the title. I mean, statistically, in terms of we have the best defense, we've got the second best offense. So that's a really good marker. We've got the best midfielder in the league, in my opinion, in Declan Rice. And we've got the best squad depth. And the squad depth, what that means is you've just seen Manchester City, who have got a ton of injuries right now, draw 3 games in a row. When Arsenal had all of their injuries, they were top of the team, which is why I said to Neil, with all the stuff, we know what happened when Van Dijk wasn't there and Liverpool finished outside the top 4. We know what happened to City last year when Rodri got injured. They were scraping to make the top 4. Arsenal lose everybody. And look where they are. They're top of the league. So that's the difference, 18. The difference is you're not playing well and you're still winning. You're beating Wolves 2-1 and you don't even score a goal. That man scored 2 own goals and a goal.
And as I said in the chat, Apollo, I said, you lot can't turn around and not win it now. I mean, when you have luck like that, you don't score a goal and you still win the game.
Yeah.
What more can you say? You can't argue with that. You can't argue with form and luck. You can't argue with that.
Yeah. And we've needed the luck. And guys, look, we have been lucky. Yeah. Me and Tony,
I don't put it as luck, to be honest, because we apply so much pressure that teams wilt. I think that's what it boils down to. If you apply so much pressure, people are scoring own goals because the ball is being driven at the goal and they have no option but to put their foot in the way or their head in the way, and it ends up diverting into the goal.
So as I said, I'm as fair can be. I thought Moreno should have had 2 yellows last week. And then the week before that, I thought that Saliba gave away a penalty at Everton. I thought it was a stone cold penalty. They VAR'd it and they still didn't give it. And I was absolutely scratching my... And guys, look, I'm fair as fair can be. Yeah, you guys know me already. If it barks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's a duck. Yeah. And those are 2 games Arsenal should not have... They should have struggled in last week and had a red card. And they definitely should have had a given away penalty at Everton. I don't know what happened. But you know what, guys? We've had many instances where it's gone against us.
Absolutely. And, when you look at last season, it's about time some of that bad luck came around and started becoming good luck, because last year we were getting red cards for the most innocuous things where,
Yeah, but that's down to the lawmakers, yeah. Oh, 2-2.
But it's not because they've cancelled those laws now, Neil.
2-2.
Oh.
2-2. They've just scored. Burnley just scored.
Oh, what is going on? Anyway, Anthony. It's not as if they got a risk of the manager being sacked. Him already gone. Sesko scored 2 goals,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sesko's got 2 goals. Wow.
Oh, that was a good goal as well. The Burnley goal for Anthony was a good goal.
Wow. Tony, Gyökeres to score tomorrow night? Come on, get in there, son. Right,
Why
let's
not?
have predictions. Let's have predictions. Guys in the chat, throw your predictions out. Let's go with Tony first. Tony, what's your prediction for tomorrow?
I'm going a 2-1 to Arsenal.
Neil, your prediction, please, mate.
My prediction, as I put in the group, 2-1 to Arsenal.
I've gone for 3-1 Arsenal. Let me see. Cam's gone for 3-1 Arsenal. James has gone 3-0 Arsenal. Big up to Cranky in the house. What's going on, Cranky? Cranky's gone 5-0 Arsenal. 18's gone 3-0 Arsenal. And Andrew's gone 3-0 Arsenal. Guys, remember, Liverpool have scored against Arsenal in the last 20 games. So it's actually, let me see if I can draw this up. Hold on a second, Neil. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. Let's pull this up here. So this is the form guide. So this is our last 6 games. You can see, what's that? 4-1 Villa, 2-1 against Brighton. This is Arsenal. That was a Crystal Palace Cup game. We beat Everton away. Wolves beat themselves when we played them, and then we won in the Champions League. For Liverpool, it's been, again, we talked about the 1-1 draw, Sunderland. That's no, mind you, that was at home. So yeah. Then the Leeds game, they beat Inter Milan, which I thought was an impressive win in the Champions League. Beat Brighton, beat Spurs, and then they beat Wolves. So remember, guys, Liverpool are unbeaten in 9 all competitions. The last thing is the form guide. This is the most important thing. Last few games, we lost 1-0 this season with a wonder goal. Last season, we went to theirs, draw 2-2 when we had a injury-riddled team. I thought we should have lost that game for sure, but the resilience from Arsenal, Arteta got his guys playing there. And then at the Emirates, in a game where I thought we should have won, Liverpool came back and came back into the game with 2 late goals. In fact, was it in the 94th minute, I think? You have to remind me of that one. Yeah, they scored in the last minute of the game. And then before that, Liverpool beat us 2-1, and then we beat Liverpool 3-1. So it's form guide is between the two teams has been up and down, hasn't it, Neil?
Yeah, it's just the form. Really can't really comment, really, to be honest. I mean, it's there in blue and
Forget the form.
The thing is, what we got to look at is when it comes to the big games, form goes out the window. Form goes out the window. Both teams. I mean, look, when you look at the game that we beat you with the wonder goal, it was pretty much even. You know, it was pretty much even. And to be honest, we thought that Arsenal were going to come more at us in that game, and you didn't. So we'll just have to see what happens on the day. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely going to be good. It's going to be entertaining. I'll be at the Emirates. Tony, you're going to be streaming it tomorrow.
Yeah, should be about, yeah.
All right, excellent. So we're going to be streaming it tomorrow. And guys, listen, that's the end of the preview, but let's take a minute here to laugh at Manchester City. Lord, 3 draws in a row. Manager crying about injuries.
Listen,
I don't remember Arsenal crying about injuries when we were struggling.
Yeah, but Paulo, what you got to look at, right, is you look at the past few seasons, other than last season and this season, United were the team that had the 2 biggest, strongest squads. Yeah. And if a player got injured, they just swap them out, which is and who's doing that right now this season? You lot are in City's position right now with the size of the squad, the quality depth as well. Yeah. And that's what Arsenal has now that Arsenal hasn't had for years.
And you know, it's funny because we talk about the NFL and the NBA, and we talk about salary cap and how it's not really officially a part of our game. But it should be. Well, I'm coming on to that because of FFP. The teams are quite smart. They know the books. They know how to play the game. They know what they can and they can't do. And they know if they go over the line, like Chelsea has, they're going to be reprimanded. Yeah. And there's one thing that Pep has come out and said yesterday in regards to when he did his conference. He specifically said We need a better quality team, but we can't afford it. And what he means by that is FFP. He's saying we simply can't afford it because we got to be careful. We can't have two players in every position, because if you build a team like Man United, where you're paying everybody 200-300 grand a week, or Chelsea, it's a very difficult thing to do. Now, Chelsea are flying by the seat of their pants. I know they got reprimanded anyway, and they still got to do a court case for that. But they sell players in the flurry. Yeah. They sell players in the flurry, guys.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that they're still paying for Raheem Sterling and Mudryk, and they're not even on the books. They're not even in the squad, and they're still paying. In fact, they're paying for 4 players who were not part of the 25. They had 29 players. They couldn't get them on loan, and they're stuck with paying those guys wages for the whole of the season. For Mudryk, it's 160 grand a week. For Raheem Sterling, it's 300 grand a week. So that's nearly $500,000 a week that you're paying. That's just for 2 players. That's not the other 2 as well. So they're hemorrhaging money. They're bleeding money. The Jordan says, and try and get Gahey for 20 million. Well, you know what? I think 20 million is a good amount, because Liverpool was trying to pay 35 million for him last summer, and he's going to walk on a free anyway. So if you're Palace, you take a can of Coke and a bag of chips right now, because he's going to walk out of there for nothing. So if you can get, if they get 20, that's luck, because teams probably should be talking them down to 15 or maybe 10. They should really use this situation against Crystal Palace because of how they messed up with Liverpool. Liverpool should have got him for 35 million, and it was pure skullduggery. James is saying the crowd tomorrow at Emirates. The crowd is going to be lit, bro. The crowd is going to be live. So where does that lead us in the table? Let me see the table.
You play for United for 20k a week. Listen, I'd play for any team for 5k a week, mate. The money that these guys get paid, right? Most people don't get in a year. Most households don't get that in a year, what they get paid a week.
And even though half of that is tax, that's still a lot of money, bro.
Listen,
we have to pay tax still, you know. We have to pay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We all pay tax, right? When you look at the amount, when we're on like 200, 300, 400 grand a week, I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing with that money? Firstly, and we know they get taxed, but I'd love to be on that a year.
Neil, let me tell you something. Neil, let me tell you something. I don't normally talk about this much, but I have a lot of friends who play in the NFL. When I went over to stay with Tony Vincent, who played for the Baltimore Ravens, Tony Vincent had his old dad's 7 Series BMW, which he was still driving. Like that's his dad, right? So all that man's driving in Rolls Royce, Mercs, all this stuff, and he's driving his. Anyway, to cut long story short, because it is a long story, what I'm trying to say is when them guys are getting sponsored and they're playing, they don't pay for nothing. They don't pay for their Wi-Fi. They don't pay for, most of them, if they don't have a house and they rent because they don't know how long they're going to be in their, playing for that certain team. They don't pay for their cars. So I went over to stay with him. He had a Toyota, which was given to him by Toyota because they sponsored him. And then the house that he was staying in, he weren't paying for that either because that was from sponsorship. So some of these guys are getting paid and they pay all these taxes, but they pay very little for everything else. So I didn't kind of realize that. I was like, Tony, you're going to give me this Toyota? He said, Apollo, take the car. You can keep it for 2 weeks. Just don't have an accident because it's given to me by Toyota for sponsorship. It's not my car. So I drove that car around everywhere, and it's got, he don't pay no tax on it, no insurance. He's got the fuel card which the team give him. So when people think that these players have to pay a lot for their cost of living and everything else, they don't.
They don't. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. That when you look at these players, they get accustomed to that lifestyle, and then they think they're getting entitled.
Yes,
they should. You know what I mean? It's just like, or they'll get done for speeding and thinking, why are you doing me for speeding? Hold on, you were speeding. You know what I mean? The law, they look at the law and they think that doesn't apply to me. I'm a footballer. I get paid all this money. I can get my solicitor. He'll get me off. You know what I mean? It's just like.
Do you know who got caught out by that? Mike Tyson. So
yes.
in New York, there's a place called Shangles, which the
I thought you were going to talk about Robin Givens. She took.
no. This is honest. You don't know this story anyway because it's been out in the news. Yeah. But basically, most stars, they walk into these shops and then they take whatever they want, and then the shop either sends them an invoice or contacts the agent, and the agent takes care of it. So Tyson walked into a jewelry shop in Hatton Garden. True story. You lot should probably know this already. And he walks out with a watch worth 20 grand. And they took this to court. They did everything to try and get money off this guy because apparently they didn't have the agent's number to send him the invoice. So that basically Tyson never paid for this. In the end, he paid for it. The agent paid for it. But it was this 2-year thing that was going on. It went on for a couple of years because that's what sportsmen do. They walk into shops, they say, I want that one, and they don't, there's no money exchanged.
They don't walk with money. A lot of them don't walk with money. Their name is money. Their name literally is money.
Yeah. Cranky saying they pay 45 take. Yes, exactly. On their income, yeah. Jordy says, did you see Sesko's goal? No, I didn't see it. Neil said it was really good. I'm going to have to check on Twitter. I'm going to have to check on Twitter. But guys, look at the league table. Look at the league. Arsenal 5 points clear and a game in hand. I am so done right now. Even Villa dropping points. So, guys, would you, Arsenal fans in the chat, right? I got to ask you this question because you know it's coming. Would you take a draw against Liverpool tomorrow? Arsenal fans, tell me now. Look at Neil lighting up.
You know, if I was a Gunners fan, right, I would say no. I would say no. At the end of the day, right, there's no point. You're in it to win it, yeah. So why would you cruise?
Yeah, you absolutely right, Neil.
Win it.
You've got to strike while the iron's hot. And the iron is super hot right now, so we have to strike.
That's what I get. That's why I get kind of vexed when people go, "Oh, you're up 1-0 or you're up 2-0. Defend for the last 10 minutes. Why are you defending? Why are you defending? Because all you're doing then is you're saying, all right, team, there's the ball. Let's see what you can do. We'll just sit back. Right? And Liverpool, we've conceded because of that, and we still do it. We still. You know, you got control of the game, right? You're winning, yeah. Why are you defending? You should be just trying to kill the game by scoring more goals, not going. Look, there's about 10 minutes left. We're done. We'll just give them the ball, let them play with it. You know what I mean? No, that doesn't work.
The atmosphere tomorrow is going to be absolutely electric, and Liverpool are going to be against it, man. I can't wait. Neil, thank you for joining me. Right, Tony as well. Cool. Thanks for joining me, guys. Tony's going to be with you tomorrow live. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Come and check out 101. Don't miss out, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be at the Emirates Stadium, so for me, it's a late one. As I said, we've all given our predictions. Hope you enjoyed the preview, guys, and we'll speak to you tomorrow. Nice one, guys. Peace out, everybody.
Take care, everyone.